Happy Self-Love Sunday. I am back with a new video for you today, and I'm getting ready to head outside. It's cold, but the sun is out. We had some snow here in Ohio, but it's melting. So I am ready to get out and get some things done and enjoy the day, remembering to take each day as it comes and enjoying it. So I wanted to talk about what happens when you begin to invest in loving yourself more. I've been going through some things for the last several months and found that I needed to do more for myself. And it's not about arrogance. It's more about just taking care of myself mentally and physically. And I've come to realize that self-love really does heal a lot of things that you may find yourself going through. And it takes time, but once you begin on that journey, it is amazing the things that take place that cause you to improve. It just brings a whole lot of things to light. It causes you to grow. And self-love is an inside job. You have to be able to love yourself. You can't look outside for validation and love and approval of others, because that is fleeting. You know, people come and go into your life, and you can't always depend on the love from others to get you through whatever it is you need to get through. I was reading an article recently about an individual. She had lost over 100 pounds. And she thought that losing all of this weight was going to build her confidence, make her feel better about herself, and just increase her overall self-love image and just make life 100% better. And what she realized was that she still felt the same after losing 100 pounds. And I think that's sad, because she didn't realize that she had to work on herself mentally, not just physically. So I say that to say, just, it's an inside job. You can't just make external changes without working on your mind and your heart, because those are the most important things. You can weigh 1,000 pounds, but if your mind is right and your heart is right, you'll still be happy. You can lose 1,000 pounds, but if you don't have those things together mentally, it's just, you'll probably end up gaining it all back, because you have not worked on the inside part of yourself that really needs the healing. I've also discovered that when you start loving yourself more, you also improve your own self-image. For example, there were times when I'd go on an interview, let's say, and you know how you get to that question where they say, so tell me about yourself. And I've always been very humble, and I'm not into gloating or, over exaggerating who I am or what I can do and all of the things that I've done, because of my self-image. I felt I could do more, be more, and so understanding building up that confidence through the self-love journey has helped me look at myself differently. And it's not about arrogance. It's not about, oh, I'm just this and that, and I'm just the best and all of that. It's just recognizing your accomplishments, recognizing that you have, done some good things in your life, and you should not be not ashamed, but you should be able to talk about those things. You should be able to tell people that side of your story without feeling like an imposter. If you've ever heard of the imposter syndrome, that's kind of what that is. So that's part of the healing in the self-love journey. It also, I find that in this journey that it has increased my gratitude. Because it's an inside job and you start looking at things differently, you begin to see the more positive side of things, and you become more grateful for what you have. Because when you look back and you look at yourself and you look at the things that you've done and you've accomplished and the things that you still have and the things that are still going good, you just become more grateful that you have come thus far or gotten where you are today. When you love yourself, you want to, or you find yourself practicing more self-care. I've always been into health and wellness for a long time, and I've been motivated because of my history, watching my mother and her illness and family members and all of their health issues. And so I've always been very focused on maintaining my health and wellness. But even more so now that I am working on this self-love journey. So it's more prevalent. I'm more aware. I'm taking the steps to learn how to eat better and feel better. And it's mentally and physically. So I'm working to care for my mind and my mental health as well as my physical health. When you begin to appreciate things more, the gratitude, it also makes you more mindful. You're more mindful of the things that are happening around you. You're less reactive and you become more proactive because you realize that the things that are happening in your life are happening because of you, the things that you do. You are responsible for yourself. You're accountable for the things that are happening in your life. So there's no blame. There's no external blame on others. Everything that happens in your life is your responsibility. And so when you become more mindful of that, you learn to take care of your thoughts, and you learn more patience, and you learn to be more patient with not only yourself, but others, and you learn to let go. And that may mean letting go of trying to control situations and people and things and events that are occurring around you. Self-love brings clarity. And so I reflect back on when I started this journey. And it's amazing some of the things that I look back on over the last, 4 or 5 months, where I just, the growth, where I was then to where I am today. When you start a self-love journey and you begin to become more mindful and more grateful, things just become so much more clear. You begin to learn more about yourself and understand yourself. You begin to learn what you really need, and you learn about the things that are wrong with you, that you need to heal, that you need to work on. It makes you focus more on improving yourself and your life and everything that's going on in your life. It just really gives you a whole new outlook on things. And I'm continuing to grow. I'm continuing to study. I'm continuing to realize why and how things have happened the way they have happened in my life, over the course of my life, and I'm working on doing things that will keep those things from repeating themselves going forward. And that is one thing that I have learned with this journey, because I talk to people and I listen to them. So many people are on the same road, and people realize that they keep falling into the same types of situations, same type of people, same situations, different faces, the same outcomes, and they don't understand why. And I am beginning to understand why. And that's why I say self-love is an inside job. Because when you start to understand why, you begin to pay more attention. You're more mindful, as I said before, of what's going on. And you're more aware of when you get into, or you see yourself, you start recognizing things and red flags, and you see the situation before things get to maybe a negative situation. It's interesting. You recognize people and places and things for who and what they are, and it teaches you how to better respond and to better handle yourself. And you learn to separate yourself from situations. It's a great journey, and I want to encourage everyone to begin the self-love journey. It's hard work, and at some point it hurts, because it really makes you look at yourself, and you may see some things that you don't like, and you just have to accept it, and then you have to make the adjustments to improve. self-love heals. It really does. So I encourage everyone to start the journey if you haven't. I appreciate you viewing my videos and listening and following me on Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat and Twitter. If you aren't, hopefully you will. And I love feedback. I love to know what's going on with you all. I'm not a therapist. I am not licensed or any of this. This is all about my journey, and I like sharing my journey because I know there's someone out there who is going through the same thing. They may not have anyone to talk to or rely on, but this information is here for people to see, for people to know that they are not out here dealing with things all by themselves. We all have been through the same thing, one point or another in our lives. And sometimes people don't share their stuff. Sometimes people keep things to themselves. And, I don't believe in that. I believe in helping people and providing the information and the resources that people need to get better, to improve themselves, their health, their wellness, their mental health and fitness. It's encouraging for me when I listen to other videos and listen and watch people on the different social media profiles and just listen to their journey. And there's been quite a few that I connect to. I don't know them personally, but they have provided resources that have just been phenomenal. And so I am just trying to do the same thing. So make sure you follow me. I'm everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, WordPress, which is my blog, and YouTube. So I want to wish everyone a happy Sunday and happy Self-Love Day.